Hello guys, and welcome. Welcome to the channel. I hope that you are all doing good. I hope that everyone is okay, guys. As you can see from the title, today we will be talking about Royal AM Buffet. We all know what they've been going through. It's crazy. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to. I want to hear if my mic is okay. I want to hear if the sound. Okay, okay, it's good. It's good. So, you guys know the problems that Royal AM are facing, right? SARS, Sean Mkize, owing SARS. And you know what happens when you owe SARS, guys? They attach, they are going to come for you. They will come for all your assets, houses, cars, whatever that they can sell or even auction maybe to get what you owe to them. So in this instance, Royal AM or the owner, Sean Mkize or Mam Kize, is owing SARS, I think, for they said allegedly it's what 40 something million, So she happens to have this club in the form of Royal AM, and unfortunately, in the eyes of SARS, the club is an asset because it also brings an income, um to Mamkize, right? So now they now put in a curator, as you guys know, whereby nothing will go without the curator's approval, and it's gonna be a problem for Real AM. And we have seen. I'm going to quickly show you, or not even show you, but update you on the fact that Royal AM have not been playing football since last year. And look, they had to play Chipa United. They didn't play them. They had to play Pirates. They didn't play them. They had to play Milford. They didn't play Milford. They had to play Marumo Gallants. They have not played them. They had to play Stellenbosch. They have not played. They had to play Golden Arrows. They have not played. Those are like 6 games. And as we speak right now, on Saturday, Sunday, I think from Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, this weekend, the Nedbank Cup, yes, from Wednesday, I can see here on the 12th, SuperSport versus Cape Town. From, during the week, midweek, Wednesday, up until when? I'm sure Sunday. Yeah, there's going to be the last 16. And we have a team like Sekhukhune United currently. They don't know who they're going to face because the fixture between Milford and Royal AM has not been played. We don't know the winner of that game. And already coming into the Saturday one, Sekhukhune need to have an opponent. And just that is why yesterday, if you guys remember, I said it, man. If on Saturday, because what's going to happen? We don't know if it's Milford or Royal AM that will face Sekhukhune. So if comes the day when Sekhukhune must play with the winner of a fixture that we don't know the winner of, what's going to happen there? Are we going to also postpone? Now we don't know if Sekhukhune have made it to the next round. We don't know if it's Royal AM or Milford who have made it to the next round also. Now it's going to affect the other team. So shuthi manje magwenza i-draw ye-last 8. Bazothi Sekhukhune or Milford or Royal AM, 2 of those will face that other. It's really confusing. So I'm thinking by Saturday, for me, PSL must have made a decision on this issue. And currently, I'm looking into 2, articles coming from SABC Sport, right? One of them is from Velile Mnyandu. The other one is from Mazola Mulife. So I want to start with the one from Velile, which is they're talking about some legal expert and the problems that PSL might be facing. Maybe it might explain why they are delaying in terms of deciding, And then we're going to go to the Mazola Mulife one, which now tells us that PSL is considering to just expel Royal AM out of our league completely, But let's look into the dilemmas that are facing the PSL in terms of what is happening with Royal AM. This is a view of a leading sports law expert, Mandla Chabalala, of Mandla Chabalala Inc. Like I said, the source is SABC Sport. The article is from Velile Mnyandu, and this is a legal expert, as you've heard, a sports law expert, Chabalala Mandla. What did he have to say about this? He says that I think PSL, I just feel sorry for them. They find themselves in a dilemma. I think they have never found themselves in the history of the Premier Soccer League. I think the biggest challenge is that they are third parties there are third parties that are now involved in this business of football, which is SARS, right? The PSL or the NSL mandate is to make sure that there are matches that are being played. It is to run the business of football. Now, with the interference of the third party, it might prohibit them from ensuring that all teams participate, like in this case. I think the problem that we are facing now is that there is a third party that is in charge of Royal AM, which is the curator that was appointed by SARS. Remember that the club is an asset, as I explained before, guys, and the owners are owing SARS, right? So SARS attached it so that they recover what is due to them. Now, the dilemma that the NSL is facing is there is a commitment that they make, to the sponsors. That in the PSL, for example, we're going to give you this many games to televise. There's a contract in place, like they're saying a commitment that they make to sponsorships to say we're going to televise these games in the 2024-2025 season. And now, with the situation of Royal AM, guys, it's simple to say it with you. If now they can't continue as a club, already you are in breach, right? Or you're not now fulfilling what you promised. We know that it's not in the hands of PSL, but still, you promised and made a contract. So it becomes a problem. Let me see what they say going forward. He says here, when I'm referring to sponsors, I'm specifically referring to the TV rights. So broadcasting, there's so many matches that are given to you to broadcast now. If you don't fulfill that obligation, it could easily be a breach of contract. You get that, guys. You get that. And he says that, well, there's no easy solution. It will take a lot of engagement, but eventually PSL will have to make a decision because especially the NEC, they'll have to make a decision because it is within their powers, the executive committee, they have to, the rule says that you'll abide by the rules and regulations and the decision of the NEC. So the NEC eventually have to show, the leadership and they have to take a decision because right now the issue of Royal AM has become an embarrassment, even though it is not that big of an embarrassment, but it is still an embarrassment. I think the PSL were very smart in not jumping to conclusion, trying to find a solution that could favor everyone because that becomes very dire. When the PSL decides to expect a team, for example, now they'll be left with only 15 teams. Now that becomes a breach of contract again because you've promised the broadcasters 16 teams, so many games, with so many games. Now that means you're going to shortfall on the other games. What does that say about the grant that they have received? Because once you expel them, it almost becomes like they never existed this season. You get that, guys. So this was legal aspect, like I said. And now we're going to get to the part of Mazola Mulife, who is now telling us that PSL are considering expelling Royal AM. But you've heard from the legal expert already, guys, that PSL made commitments. They made promises to the sponsors, to the broadcasters to say we're going to give you this many games this season. Royal AM in the league only will give you 80 games, against Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, Stellenbosch. Now we have to minus 30 from that, agreement that we had. And also there's other competitions, right? And also there's the grant money that you've been giving to them. But now if you take them out, it's as Royal AM Buffet they've put the league in. I know that the lawyer is saying this is a huge embarrassment, for a PSL in my viewpoint. And now let's go to Mazola Mulife, who is saying it with now. The PSL hierarchy is exploring the possibilities of expelling Royal AM completely from our league. It is understood that the executive committee have been locked in meetings discussing the matter at length and have all but made the call to enforce Rule 55, I think subsection 13 Yeah, I don't know, 55,13, which would effectively mean that the 2024-2025 Betway Premiership season will then have to continue with only 15 teams instead of 16. Again, let me confer and verify my sources like I did before. SABC Sport, now it's Mazola Mulife, right? This follows week of attempting to deal with the saga that surrounds the franchise owned by, the flamboyant businesswoman Sean Mkhize after SARS appointed a curator to run the team. Royal AM have had their top flight matches postponed. We don't even know. That is why they're saying indefinitely after the PSL felt it was not provided, with a sufficient guarantees, despite asking for a letter of comfort regarding the running of the club and upcoming fixture. Remember, guys, Guti, there was supposed to be a meeting. Royal AM was supposed to come with that letter of comfort to assure PSL that they can be able to run like a normal football club going forward, which they failed to do. You understand? They failed to come with those guarantees to show that even though we have SARS on our neck, we can still continue to run this club. So that is why PSL decided before that Pirates game, if you remember, it was supposed to be a Pirates game the day before. The day after, the day before that game, PSL was like, no, we're done. We're going to postpone everything up until they meet with us and they give us those guarantees. And it looks like even today, unfortunately, there are no guarantees that Royal AM can continue to run as a normal football club, right? Twisty Tata have not managed to host or travel to a game since the 29th, last year, after a 3-0 defeat to TS Galaxy at Herikwala. To their credit, Royal AM have been loggerheads with SARS, who are determined to collect at 40 million tax debt linked to Mkhize over the payment of salaries to players and staff since late last year. As reported by SABC Sport a week ago, the club failed, after their attempt in court with an urgent application to force the PSL and SARS to allow them to return to play was dismissed. It was dismissed. Royal AM are now rooted to the foot of the table with just 11 games played, 1 win, 5 draws, and 5 defeats, leaving them with 8 points. And they're at the bottom of the log. They were also scheduled to play Milford in the Nedbank Cup, but that fixture was postponed. You get that, guys? And I've told you already that it puts us in a very compromising situation now because this coming Saturday, Sekhukhune don't know who they're going to play against. Milford in the first place, they were preparing, getting ready for Royal AM. It didn't happen. In the Nedbank Cup, I'm talking about the Nedbank Cup now. I'm not even going to talk about, the Pirates game, which was already confirmed by Pirates. They already confirmed we're playing next game tomorrow. Boom. How? Game postponed, An announcement from the PSL regarding Sorry about that. An announcement from the PSL regarding the expulsion is expected before the end of the week, with the sponsors and the fans are waiting to hear the way forward. So in essence, guys, I've tried to go through these articles and try to explain, and we went through them. It's a problem. PSL now, they have to make a decision, and yeah, it's not looking good for Royal AM. It looks like they're going to be fired or expelled or they're gonna be relegated, or removed. I don't know which word you want to use really. But the hierarchy now of the PSL is exploring that possibility, because what's the use of saying Royal AM go and play, but still at the end of the month you can't pay your players, or still 2-3 months down the drain you won't be able to pay the players or everyone. It's not just about the players. Royal AM is a huge club, it's a whole club. It doesn't only have players, but there's a technical team. There's a lot that you still need to pay, and it looks like they can't do it. SARS is right here on their neck, and it's a problem. Now that there's SARS involved, PSL, but before the end of the week, according to SABC Sport, there'll be a decision from from the PSL regarding this matter, and it looks like Royal AM will be expelled. It's one of those considerations that they're having currently. I ask you guys, should they expel them? 63% says yes, 37% says no. So it's sad. It's sad. Let's see how it's gonna go. I feel for the players in this situation, guys. Because if this club is now taken down or removed from the PSL, then it means that a lot of families will lose an income. Most of the players are breadwinners, and obviously they won't be working, and even now they won't be carrying clubs. So there's a lot of uncertainties around this thing, and I don't know if there's anyone who will be willing to buy. But still, guys, still, I was saying it before that maybe someone can buy a Royal AM, but at this point, no one can. I don't think SARS will allow you to come in unless they allow you to buy it and then they get their money and then they can give you Royal AM. And you must remember that Royal AM also has debts to players like Samir Nukovic. So it's a whole confusion. Now that SARS is involved, it's gonna be difficult, to get out of this mess. And I don't know how Sean Kize will fix this. I don't know how the PSL will go around it. But just know that before the end of the week, according to SABC Sport, there's gonna be a decision regarding the way forward with regards to Royal AM, who have inconvenienced a lot of teams this season in the league. So let's see how it goes. Let them automatically promote the team that is on the top of Mvela into the PSL. Remember, I don't see that happening. Calvin, I don't see that happening. The team that is on top also does not mean that they've won, and it's a different season right now. Remember, So I don't know if it's even in the rules to do something like that, because I think even the other teams would complain. To say, how do you promote a team that is not qualified? Yes, they're on top, but they've not qualified yet. The league is not over. So how do you want to say Durban City must come to the PSL just because there's a team that is going out? And also the other question will be, are you now going to put Royal AM on top of the Mvela now? Or what? So remember, it's confusing, and let the big guys up there make the relevant decisions. Let's just wait and see. But I hope by the end of this week we are finished with this thing of Royal AM. It's either they are out or they continue to play. But there must be a way forward. They must come and play, says Welile. Tembile Mcholi says that they must just sell this club back to Celtics, and Pirates must be awarded 3 points, Footy. Like I said, Tembile, you have to award 3 points to Chippa, Pirates, Arrows, Stellenbosch. There's a lot of teams that had to play Royal AM, not necessarily Pirates alone. And obviously, if they are going out, it would mean that even the ones that have not played them, they'll also have to be given the point. I don't know if that makes sense. Or they'll minus from the ones that already played them and take the 3 points. I don't know how it's gonna go, guys. I don't know how it's gonna go at this point. It's either they award 3 points or they take 3 points. But we can't have teams that played Royal AM and won and have the 3 points. But the others that have not played, they don't get the 3 points. Yeah, bon. So it's either they give everyone 3 points or they minus the 3 points so that it looks like Royal AM never existed. Yeah, bon, from all those that played them. So I don't know which way will it be. We will see, guys, as time goes. And like I said, Tembile, regarding selling the club, member, it's going to be a problem. Because it's under now the SARS involved, and it's SARS Ifuni, and you can't sell the club without SARS saying, okay, cool, sell it. Maybe they get maybe 50%, or I don't know. But remember that even when you buy that club, you also inherit the debt. Not if SARS allow you to buy it, it means that it's okay. The club will continue, but you also inherit the debt of the club, which is now the FIFA bans. I feel like they will still stand, which means the Nukovic debts, you still have to pay those. Yabo. But if SARS says, angisho SARS ithatha ama-asset yawathengisa, ithatha imali yayo. So lo muntu abamthengisele eyakhe. But in terms of the team, guys, it's different because this is a football club, and I believe that you still take the debts in your name as the new owner. which means that they will still be under the FIFA ban, which means that they will still need to pay Nukovic and I don't know Nascimento, and it's a whole this thing is confusing, guys. So yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, remember Tatum Kids are saying that they have to sell it in amount of SARS, then negotiate with the players how to pay them back. Exactly. But also the owner must know that once I buy this team, even if SARS agreed, and it's no longer under SARS and all that, but the team still owes players. The team still has FIFA bans. I think that one will not. You see, this is an issue of SARS and RAL AM, and the FIFA is not yet there. You still have a FIFA problem. You still have cases, good FIFA, that you lost, and you still have not satisfied those debts. So, hey, remember, it's a whole confusion. RAL AM are in the deep end of it, and even if this thing is fixed, are you gonna continue with these FIFA bans for how long? Also, so it took so long. It took so long, John Hayes. It's so confusing, remember. And hey, so ngesibone remember ukuthi iyophela kanjani le ndaba ye-Royal AM, but it's very sad. Like I said, mina ngifilela nje ama-player. I feel for the players the most because they had the employment. They had an income, and right now, if they're not playing, I don't know how it stands in terms of that and their families. It's very sad. There was a time when they stayed out in December because they're not paid. So I don't even know the situation right now. Yeah, well, so it's crazy. But Nico, I blame the PSL and SAFA when it comes to this buying and selling teams in the PSL. There should be some form of financial audit because they allow the sales to go through. Yeah, remember, Nami, I do scrutinize the league. I do scrutinize PSL, SAFA. I feel like they did not do a proper, research or, remember, you can't just allow someone to buy just because they have money. You can do it for the smaller things maybe, but if it's a football club, then SARS has the responsibility, like you are saying, to do a financial audit, background check on the owner, everything, so that they are sure these people that are buying this club, they're not going to come 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the drain, and then it comes back to affect that club or the players or even us as the PSL. So now it's a problem because it looks like they didn't do that proper research to find out these things. If they did, I don't think they would have allowed Sean Mkhize to buy. I think it was Bloemfontein Celtic to buy Bloemfontein Celtic and change the status. So that is why I'm against this thing of selling statuses. I just don't like it. I don't like that thing at all. But yeah, what can you do? Sometimes clubs they struggle. They can't pay players like Swallows did. So problem started when they bought the status to be in the league. Monage Anderson. So the research was supposed to be made right there. Let's ask Mutsipe to buy the club for Jomo. Manje, to sell it in an amount of okay, I've already gone through this one. Sato. SARS must set RAL AM free so that they can play in order to generate income and pay at the end of the season, says Welile. Let's see, remember, if they can allow that to happen. Let's see if they can allow that to happen. But I think if that was gonna be the outcome, it should have been the outcome by now. Maybe SARS has run out of patience. Maybe the money that is being owed, like you've had 40 plus million, is a lot. SARS maybe has also lost trust in the owner. So they don't want any excuses anymore. I don't know, remember. Maybe they've given her warnings before to say that pay, do this, do that, but she never did it. So I remember it's crazy, this situation, and you do make sense to say, let the club run so that we can pay you. But if you now want to take the club, then how are we gonna pay you? But also you might find that they've given them countless warnings or deadlines, to say pay, and they kept promising. You never know, remember. SARS taking this drastic measure. Hey, it makes me suspicious that they've tried before. It just did not happen. So now they had to act like this. Why did it take so long? Ish, remember, I'm still hurt, but I know these boys and Jose will make revenge for us. We are a laughing stock. Monday is too long. Member, relax. It's over right, John Hayes. It's over right, member, man. Sekudlulile, member. Sidliwe, member. We have to move from that situation as soon as possible. There's still a whole lot long season. Let them laugh. Let them enjoy. Some of them are gonna enjoy when Pirates loses, and that's all they're going to celebrate. So let them celebrate. It's their time. Everyone is happy, but we will be back. We will be back. Don't worry, John Hayes. Still a long season to go. I disagree with this new trend of status selling and buying in the PSL. These new owners always don't have financial capability to sustain these teams. Yeah, bona. Hey, that's the thing, Tembile. So, EPSL might things a team which I don't like. They must check 10 years, 5 years. Are they going to be able to run this club like that? And also, now, with this, it creates precedent. Remember, it creates problems now for the ones that want to buy clubs, because if they are having such issues, PSL now will know that, hey, we will check you as the new owner. We'll check everything. We'll check SARS. We'll check everything just to be sure that you are, debt free to be able to run the club, because we don't want to have the same situation as this one in the near future. Yeah, so even the ones who want to buy football clubs going forward, unfortunately, it's not gonna be as. I'm not saying it was easy, but it's gonna be stricter than it was before. They don't have insurance now, but let the team go on auction. We'll buy it as fans. Calvin, imagine us fans buying the team. Which lineup are we gonna use? Remember, it's gonna be a problem. Hey, Calvin. Hey, they member. Not just about the lineup. There's gonna be a lot of things that we all have to agree on. And as fans, sinokupikisana ezamabhakaniya kuphela. Yebona, sinokupikisana futhi ezamasandawana namabhakaniya or amakhosi namabhakaniya or yebona amasandawana namakhosi. So imagine now all of us own the same club. A lot of decisions. Do you think we're gonna agree on? Members, this is Okala. Calvin, would you buy a team that's number last? That's another thing. That's another thing also. Players' lives are affected seriously by this selling and reselling teams. The league owners is like Mickey Mouse, league. This needs to stop. The PSL needs to think about the livelihoods of these players. Yeah, I'm expecting the PSL to act better going forward. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be a precedent going forward, or it's gonna be something that they'll try to not have going forward, in terms of having the same situation. So yeah, it is what it is. It's already happened, but also the PSL must make the right decision for now. And also, when the clubs have to be sold, they must really, 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 really research and do the proper checks and balancing and the auditing and all that, just to be sure that this club is going into good hands. This club can be sustained for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, because Royal AM, I don't think they even have like full 5 years, they don't even have full 5 years, and they've been having problems. So the owners had money probably that time, but the problem was the issue of Nukovic and Nascimento, says Calvin. They should have fixed that issue long ago, Calvin. They should have fixed. I still feel like they could have fixed it even off the court, settle out of court. It's just that now they kept on appealing, and the issue was prolonging, and then the interests were going up. It was never getting better. I feel like they could have fixed that off even the courts, just settle out of court, agree with it. I made a mistake, or can you please, be lenient? Let's fix it like this, but it took so long to fix the issue, and now it's even worse because the SARS and then the club is also in debt. You understand that, guys? It's a problem, and I don't even know if I wanna learn about Facebook because now SARS, if they decide to sell Royal AM, they have to pay what Royal AM owes. I still feel like that's what needs to happen. Royal AM owes players like Nasim, Nukovic. So hey, remember, angazi ukuthi izophelela kuphi le ndaba le. In there, it complicated too much, and they let it to become so big, and now, ungabona sa badlali live libuka, yeah, hey, remember lento le ingibhore kakhulu. That is when I lost, the love. I think Royal AM, I liked them when they came. They looked good. I think first season they finished third, if I'm not mistaken, or fourth. But when they started this thing of paying players on live television, hey, I was like, Aibo, what if these players now, they're not safe when they leave? Or someone that is staying next door or in the same street or knows them, they see it, okay, they have money, okay, and then they're no longer safe. Like, why would you pay players on live television, with those tax? Like, even though you have money, why do you flex like that? Because you are putting those players at risk. So from there, Minavela member, I just didn't like it, Arnold. Honestly speaking, when I saw that happening, I didn't like it. I feel sorry for them, and I'm hungry for them also. You are hungry for them, you feel sorry for them, but no. Mixed emotions, Like I said, decision will be taken King Kong by PSL. It's either they give everyone 3 points, or it's either they minus 3 points from all the other teams that already gained them. And then those that lost, it's a win for you guys. They minus the 3 points to the winners, or the 1 point to the ones that drew. And then those that lost, it will look like it's a win for them, because, they lost, but it doesn't matter because the team they lost to does not exist. So I don't know which decision the PSL will take, member. It's either they give 3 points to other teams, or they take what other teams gained from the games they already played with Royal AM. I think one of the two will have to happen if Royal AM is removed from the PSL. I love your lives, Nick's. Nick lives, live and talk about the club that is killing our soccer's talent. Just leave our team. Says Tato Mkiza. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tato. Please continue supporting the channel, guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. You know the vibes. Always here on a daily. Football is life, guys. Now I don't care what they do, honestly. As long as we get our points, we can then be 6 points behind Sundowns. But like I said in Chabeling, it might not be easy as that. It might not be as easy as that, member. Like I said, PSL might also go back, retrospectively so, and take points instead of giving points. It might happen like that. So they'll have to minus points. It can happen like that also. So angazi mina ukuthi kuzenzakalani. Nami manje nje I'm in the dark. I don't know the way forward with this whole issue of Royal AM and all that. So let's wait and see what happens going forward. So if they have to minus points, they'll be taking points from the teams that played Royal AM. And if I check here, I see that it's when the league started. Was it in September? I think it was in September, no? They might have to take points from Cape Town City. They might have to take, okay. Supersport might lose some points, 1 point. Royal AM might lose some points, 1 point. Richards Bay might lose 1 point. They were drawing too much. Mackenzie might lose 1 point. Cape Town City, okay, this was the Telkom knockout, it doesn't matter. Sundowns might lose 3 points. They beat Royal AM 2-1 last year in October. Royal AM won, okay, this one doesn't matter. So guys, it's either they give points or they take points, like I said. So let's wait and see what will happen. But Chiefs might lose a point because they played them. Golden Arrows might lose 3 points. Yeah, so it depend, guys, with PSL if unwenzani, because if they want to make it as if Royal AM never existed, then it might mean that they take everything that teams gained from that, so that it's like they never were there. You understand? But if it's early removal or all that, then maybe they might say, let's do a future decision, give everyone 3 points who has not played them before. So angazi bafethu, angazi, like you are in the dark right now. Honestly speaking, let's wait and see what the PSL does. Abo SARS nabo bazenza strict when they are getting back the money from Gupta's government personnel who stole the money. Let the team run and bazopatala iskoloto. Remember, angazi kuzophelela phi le ndaba. Honestly speaking, angazi. Let's see, guys. I thought we only team that can stop Sundowns. Well, Johnny Moss, you've seen for yourself what happened. So Zizokala. That from Sundowns affected me emotionally. Guys, indaba Sundowns again. Indlulile, zabile, hambile 3 points, guys. Indlulile, sishayiwe. Hey, asiricovering bafethu moving on. You know, even as moving on. Even if they minus the points, we will still be 6 points behind Sundowns. It's the same consequence, which I doubt they'll deduct, because if they deduct, then they gotta compensate the teams financially. Yeah, so I see, remember. But yeah, you're right, Nchabeling. Whether they give 3 points or they deduct 3 points, it will still be 6 points for Pirates behind Sundowns. You know, it will still be the same outcome. You are right there, you know, because Sundowns has already played them and gained the 3 points. So if they take 3 points, they go back. If they add 3 points, you understand what will happen. So let's see. Okay. Asbone Buffett, maybe Devon City will be promoted, you know. Let's see, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Honestly speaking, those are the solutions that you guys are coming with. Are they practical? Are they viable on the eyes of the NSL? You know, let's see what they will decide. You know, she got money, most. Why is she not negotiating with SARS? Yo, this is serious, most member. I remember FIFA instructed them to pay Nukovic. Exactly. So now you have an owner that is owing, and the club is also owing. So it's even difficult to sell, because whoever that buys the club also has a debt of FIFA, yeah, or of the players that FIFA instructed them to pay. So, hey, indaba lena bafethu inde man. Ngiyabonga bafethu for joining the live. Ngizoyivala khona lana. I will join you guys later on with the next one. I appreciate you guys for always being here. Let us wait and see in anticipation of what will happen. Maybe Royal AM will have the money to pay SARS and then they will come back. But like I said, before the end of the week, there must be a decision, because there's also the Nedbank Cup, which now is even more uncertain, because we don't know who won between Milford and Royal AM. But now the winner of that must play Sekhukhune. When will Sekhukhune play? Saturday. If that game is postponed, then you see that it's a big confusion. We don't even now. They'll have to be a draw after. And if Sekhukhune did not play, the next team will be affected, because they don't know who are they going to play. Sekhukhune don't know who they are going to play. It's a lot, man. It's affecting. The more this issue goes on without a decision, is the more it affects other teams. It's the more it affects even the PSL's picture. So it needs to be fixed as in yesterday, because the more it goes, is the more the picture is tarnished, is the more the teams are affected, and is the more confusions are being created, like the one I just explained of Milford and Royal AM. Now Sekhukhune is waiting. They don't even know who they are preparing against. Even now, Sekhukhune, are they watching Royal AM videos to analyze, or they are watching Milford videos to analyze? Confusion. If that game is not played, the following day maybe, net draw. Makuba net draw. Maybe Bati Pirates izodlala, and then asazi ukuthi idlala nani. Because we don't know who's the winner of Milford and Royal AM, and we don't know who Sekhukhune will play, and we don't know who will win in that Sekhukhune and whoever. Ayibona manje ukuthi ayikhona man, it's too much, man. It's better they take a few players from every PSL club, DTC, to make up a team for Royal AM. Remember, they're not gonna do that. Hey, Mangazi, I see your solutions, Calvin. I don't know what the PSL is going to do in this issue, member. Honestly speaking, I don't know which way will be taken. But remember that even the DTC of Royal AM has been koshered already. They removed them long ago. Royal AM does not have a DTC. Iyaqhubeka nje i-DTC ayinayo i-team A1. Yabona. So manje ngathi nabo bhuti babo bazophuma. Yabona. So let's see, guys. Let's see. Let me close it off with these comments. Sundowns will pay back soon, whether in Africa or here in the Nedbank Cup. Bazuzwa umoya amabhakabhaka kayi-1 so baslicer. Ngiyakubona Thato Mkhize funa i-payback man, babe bakulimazile labantu man. Hey, ibuhlungu le nto. Chabeling says that the only feasible way is to give all teams 3 points and amend those who lost or drawn, says Chabeling speaks. Let's see, Klo says remove them. And unfortunate Chabalala says that I guess the expulsion news have already been shared internally. Hence, Mama Joy has already chosen her new team in Sundowns. Well, I'm going to cover Mama Joy, who comes at Pirates. She enjoyed that Pirates lost 4-1, but she also says she's not a Sundowns fan. She's so contradictory, hey, that woman. She is so contradictory, She says she's not a Sundowns fan. And then I ask myself, why did you go to your account and say, players are always being transferred? Why can't fans be? Why did you have to say that? And then you were seen raising the Kabu yellow sign, the sky is the limit sign, but you're saying you're not their fan. You were there for Bafana. Kuningi nje. I remember, sizobuya ku-Pirates ungawari. Ngizowavula ama-link ekhwelvini singeneni kuma-call. Yabo, sizoventa kahle. Ungawari. Okwamanje beva I'll be back though. Thank you so much.